Okay, so for you, we've got Ishtar boundaries, and we've got Virgo I analyze. So as I said, qualities between you and your person may be, you may see aspects of them in you and vice versa. So just take it as it resonates. So Ishtar boundaries and Virgo I analyze. So the Virgo aspect is very much about detail oriented, but it's also about decluttering. And this can be emotionally and physically. So in your environment, within your home, but also in your mind and your emotions. And this can be a build up of karmic things that you've brought into this lifetime, or it could be to do with past experiences that you've had in other relationships, or whatever it is, your programming that you have. So it's about analyzing all of that. But it can also be, just really looking at things with a very, very magnifying glass. And now sometimes you can go overboard with that and you slip into criticism. And this can be self-criticism, but it can also be criticism of others. So just be aware of that. Don't slip into that. So the criticism can come in, and the worrying about things. Also being overly, taking a magnifying glass to yourself, your faults, your health, your diet, everything, just finding fault. So just be careful. The very highest quality of Virgo in the situation is this. It's a very gentle energy, actually, but it's about a very constructive weighing up of the pros and cons and coming up with really great solutions. But this, is about detail. So it can be with numbers, it can be words, and it's sifting and sorting and coming to and bringing forward beautiful, constructive advice or help or some kind of framework. That is a beautiful expression of the Virgo energy. But it is also a very very sort of, as I said, detailed energy. So this is about looking at things in that way, but just don't slip over into the criticism. And, health and diet and well-being are important for the Virgo energy. So just make sure that you are careful with that. Because you've got Ishtar boundaries, love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. And sometimes with the Virgo energy, they can have be in a position where they give, and they don't take enough time for themselves or for their own building up of their own self-esteem. So just be careful with that you are not giving away your power or your time and your energy to others, and not giving time and energy to yourself. That's very, very important. So self-love, very important. Look after your own health and diet and well-being. Nobody else is going to do that for you. You need to take charge of that. You need to take charge of your energy. But it can also be that you may need to just do a few boundary checks. In other words, check your boundaries that you have not still got some in there from past experiences or past relationships, which are now becoming a hindrance. Okay. So just check that the ones that you have got are relevant and necessary for your current situation. As you grow and evolve, and so does your person, then, you need to update these things and actually, do sort of an update check within yourself. Just be aware of that. But it could also be external things, forcing their way into your relationship. And this could be with regard to your work or your profession, or it could even be family demands. Various other things like that can come in. But with a Virgo energy, declutter as well. And this can be physically in your environment, but also obviously, do a boundary check. So declutter, get rid of things which no longer serve you. And this can be emotional things, and this can be mindsets, attitudes, all of those sorts of things. Just do an inventory check and make sure that you are doing the very best and bringing out the very best in the Virgo qualities for yourself. Now, for your person, they've got partnership, and this is commitment, Libra I balance. This is commitment on their mind, okay? So they could, if you are not already in a commitment, then they could be approaching you to do with that. So some sort of commitment, or if you are already in a commitment, you may have been married for years, or you may have been together for years, then this can be like a recommitment or some sort of resurgence of that. And redefining the boundaries, or redefining the aspect of the love between you, or the relationship between you. And this is very much a Piscean thing. It's about that sifting and sorting, but it's a deeper understanding of the spiritual side of love. And it makes no difference how long you've been together. It's also about mutual support, How are you supporting each other? Are each of your needs being met here? Are each of your needs being heard and met? Are you on the same page? Where do you differ? How do you come to some sort of resolution about that? So it's balance, all right? So if you are already in a relationship, then it's all about that. But if you are only just approaching or only just starting out, then it could be that they have commitment on their mind and they're going to approach you about that. So, just see, see how that comes in for you. But it is about love. It's about commitment. It's about marriage or engagement or long-term commitment. This is not a love affair anymore. Once you get to the Libra house, then it's more committed. And it's also about the partnership, how that all fits together. And the lower courts may come in with this as well. But it's also about the appreciation of the relationship. And the appreciation of beauty, the beauty of the relationship. And it's coming to an understanding of that. And this is why I say that Piscean energy is definitely going to enhance this aspect. But make sure that you are, each of you, balancing your needs with each other and that you are mutually supportive. And this is the whole point. Are you working with each other for a better future? What are you actually doing? And if it's a redefining of that, then that may be applicable as well. But your person also may need to be going through a bit of a purification. You are doing a declutter possibly, and they may also be doing that, but this is a slightly different level. You may also be looking at health, diet, and well-being, and so are they. Or you may be leading the way here, and they are going to follow. Or they may be leading the way, and you're now getting on board. So if they are already in this frame of mind, if they are doing a general detox, and I mean this on all levels, it can be with what they're eating, what they're taking into their body, what they're watching, what they're doing on a daily basis on their phones. And it can also be from social situations, anything that's triggering, anything that upsets the body. And it can also be, physical things like doing certain things or going certain places which are not right for them, or mixing with certain groups that are not right for them anymore. So it's a general detox, but it can also be mental detox. So they may also be offloading or needing to offload old opinions, attitudes, and situations related to past experiences, because they're now redefining what it means to be in a balanced partnership or a balanced relationship. Okay. So they're understanding what this means. So purification, it's time for a cleansing, detoxification of your body and mind. So they will be needing to do this as well. You can be approaching this together. Perhaps you are the more organized of the two, and you are perhaps coming up with a plan, which is very much a Virgo quality. And they are going to come along, and it's all about how you're going to communicate, how you're going to do this. If they are already like this, if they are already, checking their diet, making changes, and being more discerning about what they're doing, then this is a sign that it's working for them. Okay, so just take it as it resonates. Then for the situation, we've got Nematona and we've got the 5th house, creativity. So Nematona often I associate with making your commitment to each other sort of more official from a sacred kind of a point of view. So this can be a visit to a church, or it can be to a power place. Now, this can even be a hand fasting if you are not church related, So it's going somewhere, whether it's within yourselves or within your relationship or outward in nature, or to a power place, and enjoying the sacredness of that. And so it's about being in that sacred space within your relationship, but also in your home. So this can be a physical altar or a physical place that you've created in your home, if you have a home together, or whichever home you spend time in, where you've created a space. It's almost like an altar, or just it could be a corner of your home or a table, which has got beautiful things associated with your relationship or with your family, or the things that are meaningful and important to you. You could put candles there, crystals, create a space like that. And when you do your meditations, or when you spend time alone, or when you're doing something and you slip into that sacred space, then that is, all part of this altar situation. You can be seated near there, or you can spend time near there, or you can be gathering little things which are relevant and important and meaningful for you, and putting them on this table or on this altar. It could even be a mantelpiece over a fireplace, whatever is relevant for you. So you can create this in your home, but you can also create it in your relationship, that sacred space where nothing intrudes. Okay, this is important. And you want to feel safe in your relationship with your person. And you can't do it on your own. You need to create it with them. You can start and then let them follow, but it's something that you need to discuss, something that you need to create for yourselves, whatever is relevant for you. But it's a sacred space. And it says, create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. So this could, as I said, could even be a place of worship, or it could be some other place which has power with it, where it could be a place of prayer, or it could be an historical monument, or it could be a power place in nature. This could be a mountainous area. It could be a Buddhist temple, whatever is appropriate for you. But it's about going to that and soaking up those energies and enjoying that time, but also creating a sacred space within your home and within yourselves and within your relationship. Fifth house, creativity. So this is a lovely, playful, creative energy that comes in. And this has got all the activities that are pleasurable and fun and enjoyable, recreational. And you create this in your, you need to create this in your relationship. So this is the current situation. It's about enjoying those activities with your person, and whatever it may be, whatever you like to do or you like to do together. And it's all pleasurable activity. So this could be purely sensual, or it's playful, lovely playful energy. It's almost, love affairs often are featured in the fifth house. So it's got that overture, that romance and that lovely playful energy. Or it's recreational activities that you are enjoying together. It could be going away, enjoying some sort of place away in nature, or on some sort of tour, or if you are able to do that. But it's creating this lovely, creative, playful energy in your life. It can also be related to children. So whether you have children or not, you're inviting this into your relationship, and it could be the birth of children, or it could be getting involved with your children or other children around you, or you may be thinking about it as a couple. But children are highlighted with this house, and it can also be the birthing of them or the conception of them. So see how this resonates for you. It's also, as I said, all forms of creativity come in with this. So be creative with your sacred space. Be creative with the relationship that you have. And it can also be about risk taking sometimes can come into this as well. So it may be taking a chance on something or starting something new. You have got a new starters coming. So it could be that. But I feel it's about being that creative energy. Children are highlighted, and those recreational fun activities, or any activities that make you feel good and you enjoy. And it's about creating a sacred space with your person. That will oil the wheels of the relationship. Okay. Now for the sort of advisory section, we've got Maui, Mother Earth, and we've got Taurus, I have. These cards are both about grounding. All right. So as I said, with the Piscean energy, you're going to need to ground, because you can get literally carried away, swept away on this beautiful cloud, this romantic illusion or whatever. So you want to be able to reach for the stars. You want your dreams to come true, which is also a Piscean energy. You want all of that. You want to connect to the divine. You want to bring that beautiful spiritual love into your life. But you do it also by grounding. You've got to ground it. And so therefore, this is why we've got Mother Earth here. You are called upon to help with environmentalism. So that may be an aspect, could be an activity that both of you enjoy, whether it's hiking in nature or going out into some sort of, or camping in nature, or whatever it is. Nature is highly, aspected with this. But it can also be just doing simple things around your natural environment. So this can be gardening, walking on the earth, walking on the beach, spending time in nature together will be very helpful for one or either of you or both of you together. Any sort of activities which you both enjoy, or one of you enjoys, which is related to environmentalism. This could be your time. You can volunteer. You can get involved in activities. You can support them by donations and things like that. Anything like that is helpful. But it's also about your environment. And as I said, with your person, with the purification, and also with you with the Virgo eye analyze, this could very well be about decluttering, getting rid of things that you don't use anymore. They're not serving you anymore. They're not helping you anymore. They're just cluttering up. And for your person, it's a detox physically, mentally, and so on, emotionally. And with this card, it can be about detoxing or getting rid of things out of your home which are not helping you. These could be triggering allergies, health issues. So this is like toxic chemicals, cleaning chemicals, go to a more natural environment, products. Get rid of things which trigger you or just not helping your health, because your health and diet and well-being may very well be in the spotlight here, and certainly it is also being reflected for your person. So make sure your environment is pristine. All right. Make sure it's pristine. Recycle things, upcycle things, get involved with that. Find out what you can do with certain things that you're no longer using anymore, but have value. How can you upcycle them and so on? With Taurus, this can also be about, material things may be coming in for you as well. So, being overly materialistic can also bring in the cluttering. Okay. So be careful with that. So that's one aspect, but the Taurus it's about money matters coming in. So money matters are important. It's also about building up a foundation. It's literally building. So it can be home related. You've got Vesta home here. So it could be that you're building a home, or you are moving home, or you are relocating in some way. And maybe now is your chance to create this beautiful sacred space for you and your person. Even if it's just a mantelpiece, as I said, for above your fireplace or some other area. It could be in your garden, a beautiful part of your garden, which is sacred for you, where you go to sit and enjoy your time. Gardening comes up very strongly with this. The earth comes in very strongly. It could also be that you're getting involved with land, purchasing land, or you're building something, or you have got a holiday home now, or whatever it may be, something to do with that, real estate, property, anything to do with that can come in with the Taurus card. And you've got Vesta home. So there's definitely something on the cards with home, your physical home. But you could also be expanding that. You could be upscaling, downscaling. If your children are leaving home now, maybe you're downscaling, or maybe you are relocating to an area, a piece of land that you've bought, something to do with that. And certainly once you get there, start thinking about environmental issues. How can you give back to the earth? How can you use this land or this property to better help the earth? What can you do? What is your contribution? So think about that. And this is something you can do together, because cleansing and detoxing and all that is on both your cards. So it's also about sensuality. And I did say that with the 5th house, that's pleasurable activity, sensuality, home comforts, little bit of luxury, good food, things that are good for you. Obviously you've both been following health and diet and well-being, things like that. So you're looking at that. So this is about creature comforts, but make sure that they're good for you. But this is about putting something away for a rainy day, building up a foundation. It's your garden of possibilities. That is the Taurian card. So stability coming in, stabilizing with the both earthy cards, stabilizing, stability, also building up, building a foundation, or it could be literally land related or house related. But it's also the sensuality side of the relationship, a lot of sensual activities coming in with this, and the 5th house can also reflect that. So it's about getting in touch with that and enjoying that. And money matters also come in with this, but it's the accumulation of wealth or of funds or of resources, all comes in with this card. We've got here a new start is coming. So this is new moon. So somewhere in here, it could be that you get an opportunity now to actually start something, or perhaps you're purchasing a piece of land and now you're going to build your dream home or whatever it is. And a new start is coming. So whether this is emotionally between you because you're decluttering, and the new start is coming in from that aspect, or whether it's physically as in your home, and that certainly seems to be the case here. So some sort of new start is being manifested here, but you're going to bring it into being. And this time I feel you're going to do it the way it should be done, the way you really want to do it. And this is looking at things from an environmental point of view. How do you want this to be? It must be a clean, happy environment, non-toxic environment, whatever it is, but also building up your home comfort so that it's a lovely place to be, a healthy place to be. So a new start is coming in.